believe now it's 6 o'clock, hence the bells. It's not gonna ring it. Only 18 times. It's 6 o'clock. Okay. The train screeching and hooting, bells ringing and tolling, and me talking. I never get tired of bells. Right. Gonna take a walk. I haven't think if I have to leave London, I have to go back to Hong Kong particularly I'm gonna miss it. Oh, here we go. This is a very beautiful tree. It's huge. Look at it's got a bench. It goes around it. And the ladies garden. It is lovely, you know. Something old in the middle of, right smack in the middle of Camden, where actually you could see in the background, like this area. There have been lots of new apartments, new development in this area. I think it is crucial, to keep a place like this. Not only the cultural heritage, but along with, because you could see all the trees, all the mature trees here. So I'm just going to walk back to the hardy tree. Right, so the gist is, well, Thomas Hardy, so his boss, the architect Bloomfield, basically asking like, Thomas, could you help me in the delicate removal of human remains and in the graveyard and dismantling of tombs? So he rather and then I don't think anyone is gonna really raise his hands to volunteer. But so Hardy would have spent many hours in this churchyard during the construction of the railway. Overseeing the careful removal of bodies and tombs from the land on which the railway was being built. So you can see the headstones. The headstones around this ash tree, did I say oak tree? Sorry about that. Would have been placed there around this time. And note how the tree has since grown among the stones. I think it's a good thing, I would love to be able to be buried among trees, to be honest. A few years before Hardy's involvement here, Charles Dickens makes references to the old St. Pancras churchyard in his Tale of Two Cities as the churchyard in which Roger Clive was buried, and where Jerry Concher was known to fish on 19th century time for tomb robbery and body snatching. Not a very glamorous job, I would say. Right, so I'm just gonna let's take a look at the church, shall we? Look at all the headstones. Really, I also think about graveyards. I think, as many people do, and you can't help but reflect, ponder on meaning of life. And there's a little, it's lovely little church, I think. Okay. How about those without a tomb? Remember this life right here. We're just all here for, if we're lucky, a little more than 100 years, but most of us maybe slightly less than 100 years. And after that, we're all gone. I just feel sad. It is sad, isn't it? But also, I think that life is just, well, sometimes the cliches are right. What is the motto? I don't know. Is it the time? Should I mention one of my favorite mottos? I really don't have any. I'm just mumbling on. Even though if you have, marks on headstones, one day they would go away and always forgotten. Almost. I mean, most of us will be forgotten. Most of us, to be honest, I think 99.9%. I mean, just if you pick numbers of people who are remembered in history to the numbers who I have not. So most of us are not remembered. And what church open? I'm just gonna go in.